What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. So let's take a look at this interesting video, guys, with John Deaton talking about Ripple and how the SEC actually picked the worst opponent for this lawsuit, right? They picked the worst enemy that they could have possibly chosen because Ripple is very, very strong. They are very well funded, as John Deaton will say. They are a very strong cryptocurrency company. Like, there is a lot of cryptos out there. Not many have an entity that represents them, which is so strong and so based, right? With full transparency. So I think John Deaton makes a very great point here. Let's take a look.
Yeah, do you have an opinion as to why the SEC picked the fight with Ripple? I mean, Ripple's well funded. Brad Garlinghouse has said publicly that when all said and done, it'd be 100 million in legal fees. That's pretty steep.
Well, I don't think they saw that coming, and I think they probably expected there would be a settlement, and I think they underestimated the fight inside of Brad. There's a lot of sand. I've learned, there's a lot of sand inside that fella, and I admire that. And he's doing a service for everyone in crypto.
Yeah, do you have an opinion as
So again, right? So it's very weird. Why would they pick a fight with Ripple, which is so well based? Again, guys, it had to be Ripple. It had to be the chosen one. Here you can see the Q1 reports of Ripple, the official quarter report. You can see launched April 27. That's today. Notable takeaways here. You can see total XRP sales by Ripple in Q1. Net of purchases were 360 million versus 226 million previous quarter. XRP ledger chain activity remains strong with decentralized exchange volumes increasing 34% to 150 million in Q1 versus Q4 2022. XRP average daily volume on centralized exchanges jumped 46%. The EU, UK, and UAE proposed new regulatory regimes for crypto focused on licensing and activity-based frameworks. Developers proposed a new interoperability standard, XLS38D, for the XRP ledger that would enable users to transfer digital assets and data between blockchains, regardless of underlying protocol or programming language, right? Now, very key things that you can see here, guys, also, of course, has to do with the whole market, the whole global market, because Bitcoin has been going up, and that's also due to that everything has increased. But you have to understand that Ripple is in a lawsuit. US is the biggest market, and XRP is also delisted in most of the states in US. So you can see, guys, that we still have a lot of upwards movement here. The only thing that is now in the way is, of course, the lawsuit. The combination of events with previous actions, such as the Fed denying the application of crypto-focused bank custodia for membership, and the Fed, FDIC, and OCC is issuing a joint statement on liquidity risks to banks servicing the fiat deposits of crypto clients. Very interesting note here as well, guys. So I really encourage you to check this out, guys. You can see on the official Ripple website, you can go through the numbers, right? It's very interesting. You can see that here on demand liquidity, how it's doing, the numbers and everything, if you ever doubt Ripple, because the numbers speak for itself. Clayton should not have voted because his law firm represents Consensus and brokered the purchase of quorum between Consensus and JP Morgan, which was pushing GPM coin, a direct competitor to Ripple and XRP. You have to understand, guys, something like GPM coin will never make it further than XRP, right? It's just not a possibility. Like, if you think about XRP, it's very global. It's not just the US, right? It's very, very worldwide. Asia is like 40%, 60% is running through XRP, right? They're using it and they are very happy with it. Japan, 60% of the banks are using it. It's crazy, right? So even if they had a competitor, it would never be as big as XRP. And all of what's happening right now in the US, they have came to realize that. They really came to realize that XRP is really crucial to move forward. Here we can see breaking today, Ripple and Central Bank of Montenegro project kickoff announcement, right? Announcement is made by Ilja Mogosa, advisor in the Prime Minister Office of Montenegro. Kickoff project we are implementing with Ripple, central bank digital currency and blockchain in Montenegro. Very easy, guys. Another big partnership, right? And you can see this is not an entity that would just post something like this out of nothing. This means something. Again, open your eyes. You're seeing something shifting. You're seeing something changing. Banks are not eager to work with cryptocurrency, guys, but Ripple is different, right? You can clearly see that. So you have to understand this is another sign that when this lawsuit is over, it's going to get very interesting if there is regulatory clarity. Yep, this guy is acting like he's Indiana Jones and barely got out of the cave after running past arrows and dodging a boulder when the XRP army has been showing it for over 2 years, right? Again, people are showing that this guy, Gary Gensler, is deleting lectures where he said that things are not securities or securities. You know, and people really didn't share this when XRP was in this battle. Right? Now people are really sharing it because, of course, Coinbase is also in the battle. And now everyone is paying attention to it. So it's kind of, you can see, guys, that this XRP army was telling you this from the beginning, right? And they all called us conspiracy theorists and all these stuff. You can now see that it has come to pass. Fam, the future of digital asset Mr. Hill regulation by enforcement does nothing to fill that gap. Let's take a look.
These issues together. Two committees working hand in hand on a joint legislative product like this is unprecedented, and I believe it vastly increases our chances of getting it right. Why is legislation needed? The SEC and the CFTC have created an impossible situation where the same firms are subject to competing enforcement actions by the two different agencies. Absent legislation, our regulators are only pushing entrepreneurs, developers, and job creators offshore out of the U.S. system. We have a responsibility to protect our constituents. There are glaring gaps in consumer and investor protections, and regulation by enforcement does nothing to fill that gap. And contrary to arguments by some that the problem is simply nonconformity or noncompliance, it's much more complicated than that. These issues together. Two committees working hand in hand on a joint legislative product like this is unprecedented, and I believe it vastly increases our chances of getting it right. Why is legislation needed? The SEC...
Now, guys, you have to understand that the reason he's saying this and the fact that they are really saying that the future of digital assets is here and it's not going to go away, because I'll show you another one, and it's happening all in Congress, right? They're showing you guys that there is regulations coming. They're just showing you that behind the scenes they all know what they're doing. They're already prepared. They know what's going to go, what's going to happen, and all that stuff. They're just showing you stuff, right? Just to show the public. They already know what is going to happen, and Congress is showing you now that there is regulation coming, right? Maybe it will be a new law, maybe something, but the Howey test cannot be there. For crypto, for digital assets, it's just not possible. As we have seen now, all of this confusion is actually because of the Howey test, because it's so old, right? That's actually one of the things that is a problem right now. Digital assets are different. They're not like, there was nothing like this around a couple years ago. So how can a law from 1946 really give clarity? It's just not possible. They need something else. That is why this Ripple lawsuit is taking long, guys. Think about it.
Efforts you're trying to lead to build consensus here. Digital assets are here to stay. This ecosystem has been denied legal clarity for too long, and both market participants and consumers are worse off because of it. We have a market that lacks clarity, and we have a duty to create a regulatory environment that allows responsible innovation and responsible consumer protection to sit side by side with appropriate legal clarity. We need that innovation here in the United States. If we don't act, if Congress doesn't act, the rest of the world will. The Europeans are ahead of us in a market structure, Bill. The UK regime is ahead of us. They've provided legal clarity while we have not. We need to do our work, and it starts here in this subcommittee with these members. And I want to thank this panel for their expertise in bringing forward ideas on how to protect consumers and ensure innovation happens here. Yield back.
Now, this is exactly what Brett Garlinghouse is talking about. Always, he's saying that the UK has clarity, Europe has clarity, and then also that Japan has clarity, right? He mentioned two of them. He mentioned UK and Europe. You can see, guys, it's the same words. I'm telling you, they know that it's coming. They know. It just takes a long time because they have to be prepared for what might happen next. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.